What's the most toxic fanbase you've ever seen? No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. I was scrolling to see if anyone mentioned Star Wars. That fanbase is hell, and God forbid you say something like, well, episode 1 wasn't that bad, could have been better but wasn't garbage. Phew. I'm waiting. Reddit. Star Wars fans and Star Wars fans are natural enemies. I'm surprised that nobody has mentioned Rick and Morty yet. I believe it used to be a toxic fandom, but when the lightning in a bottle died out, it seems that only the people who are super interested in the show are still watching it. It's still a great show nonetheless. I am a big fan of the show, but the fans have such a toxic reputation that I don't wear any merch because of the negative associations. I used to really enjoy the show, but I've stopped because a few conversations with die-hard R&M fans just made me feel weird for watching the show. They thought they were edgy hyper-intellectuals like Rick when they were just cringy, aggressively atheistic jerks. I've met some cool fans that just wanted to get high and laugh at the jokes, but the ones that take it way too far and idolize Rick just soiled my interest in the show. Paul Brother fans. Honestly, most influencer fans that popped up around the same time. Wait, they have fans? Chris Brown. Seconds after he almost beat Rihanna to death, they were bending over backward to rationalize the assault, mercilessly attacking anyone who spoke up about it, and haven't stopped for over a decade. And they won. He's still famous, successful, and a huge participant in popular culture. If it makes you feel better, he is banned from entering Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom due to his criminal record. Lately it's been England football fans. I mean, what the frick was that? Not lately, always. We just usually lose early enough for them not to get noticed. Lately, we're literally known internationally for having the knobbiest of fans. As much as I love Five Nights at Freddy's, I came across a good fair share of fans who would fight over which gender the spirits of the animatronics were. Some who firmly believed in one of MatPat's theories. And, hell, even some people who literally went yandere over some of the characters, saying that characters like Bonnie or Freddy belonged to them and only to them. Like, it was like some of these people had a literal creepy infatuation with fictional, possessed by child spirits, robots. And that's only some of the crazy stuff I've seen on Wattpad. When the first game came out, it was simple fun partaking in the fad of a unique new horror game. It's insane the kind of rabid, strange fan base the series has garnered. Not anywhere near what I would have expected. Yeah, my siblings are obsessed with FNAF. The fan games are cool too. The fact animatronics have genders though confused me when I called Chica a he. Dreams fanbase. Dream stan suck. What's that? Either Homestuck in 2012, Italia, Danganronpa, or the Dream SMP. People have literally died in these fandoms due to bullying, doxing, ect. The only one of these I've heard of is Danganronpa, and I unironically played the first 2 games on the PlayStation Vita in 2014 and or 2015. I don't think I was aware of there being a fandom. My interest was piqued cause I was a fan of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney titles on the Game Boy DS. I think it's worrisome that anyone would bully or dox someone for any purpose. Italia? Seriously? I've never heard of anything involving it. Was it because of shipping or other things? Trump supporters. I'm surprised this isn't the #1 top comment, considering the 6th of January. In my experience, comic book fans are extremely toxic toward anyone that doesn't share their views of character, political fan bases and ideologies. Obviously, take the cake for the most dangerous. I've seen comic book fans make fun of people for not reading the comics and only watching the movies. MCU is a big example, but there are plenty of others. Yeah, I feel this in my soul. Comic book fandom gets pretty wild. Lots of gatekeeping and fans just trying to out-fan each other. A lot of weirdly competitive vibes in my personal experience. Homestuck. My god. Since they often went together, I'll add on with Hitalia. My friend group was pretty normal, but once I looked into the fandom online I saw some really weird shit. It was okay for us to have crushes on the characters because we were close in age to them at the time, but it was definitely not okay for the fandom to make so much porn of them, or for the series to focus on their alien biology if the only trolls alive were all minors. Kpop. Also, people in these comments need to learn the difference between a fan base and a political ideals. What the hell is even happening down there? Yes, I'm an army but was told I'm too old to be an army. Gabby Hanna. That woman stresses me out. I was one of her original subscribers. We're talking like the first 10 videos she ever made, and I started making connections how everyone she's ever come into contact with is nutty. If someone is saying the universe around them is nutty, 10 times they're probably the nutty ones. I unsubscribed after she had a video with David Dobrik and she kept looking at him like she wanted to eat him. How does she have people defending her still? Pick a crypto, any crypto. Do you want a Ponzi scheme or a pump and dump? Hamilton. I believe there was even a girl pretending to be an escaped sex slave just to get some clout out of this fandom for her cannibalistic mermaid fanfic featuring the characters out of this fandom. As a big musical theater fan, I am very confused. Let's not forget her arch nemesis, the girl who pretended to be a lesbian Indian refugee sex worker with HIV/AIDS so that she could justify writing Hamilton AIDS fanfiction. Dream stands, they worship the hell out of him like he's a freaking god or something. If you oppose them they call you whatever they want and are always backed up by more dumber stands. I really hate to agree because Dream himself seems like a nice guy. I'd probably get into more of his videos if it weren't for the fanbase. Crazy ass BTS stands threatened to kill me when I said their Korean songs are better than their English ones. Stan culture in general, TBH, is toxic AF. It just involves supporting strangers blindly, no matter what they do. Just switching off all critical thinking. I feel like this obsessive fan behavior is exactly what Eminem was condemning in that song. But now it's a good thing. But yeah, K-pop stans are a different breed. I like pop but I never say I'm a fan because I look at other people who say they're fans and I go, nah, I don't like anything that much, lol. Korean songs are better than their English ones. It's superior. University of Alabama football fans. Nothing worse. What about the Ohio State University? Not sure if it counts. But League of Legends was terrible. Playing casually against bots is fun. But enter a rank match, even at the lowest level, and you better play freaking perfect or your teammates will make you wish your mother was never born. Steven Universe, they're pretty evil with how they bullied a girl to near suicide. They also tried to gatekeep the show from anyone who wasn't a person of color and part of the LGBTQ+ community. It's a children's cartoon for crying out loud. That fandom is the reason I've never even given the show a chance. The MHA fandom is toxic as hell. Put this on a list of top 20 most factual things of all time. I've actually just got into the anime, binged it to catch up, so I've not really had much interaction with the fan base. What is it about them? Professional wrestling. Toxic as frick, a lot of them. The ones who think every clean loss is a burial, but also bitch about screwy finishes, complain when any other wrestler than their personal favorite gets pushed. A hot crowd is awesome as long as they enhance an event rather than hijack it. Chanting "we are awesome" is self-congratulatory garbage. It used to be good. I used to like it, but it's ruined now because of the idiotic companies running it and the fans. This is probably a cop-out, but every fandom I've really tried to get into has been toxic after about 5 or so minutes of scrolling. For every 99 people who enjoy a hobby, there's one who posts angry shit online. They're not the hobby community. Yeah, it's literally just the internet. The internet is toxic. Guys, newsflash, canon. How have we not mentioned Harry Potter fans? I was born in 1996, and I swear we are the generation of sorting people in every label we can before we even get to know anyone. An ENFJ, an Aries Pisces rising, Team Instinct. BuzzFeed told me the pastor I'm most like is Penny and I'm an avoidant attachment style but also extroverted, which basically means I will fight you if you come for me and then cry about it later because I just want to be friends. The fact people say this and are serious about it, like, they put it in their Insta, Twitter, TikTok bios, whatever. Distressed face vomiting. I don't have a problem with people who casually mention stuff like that, but if you're forcing it into a convo constantly or making it an entire personality trait, I'll definitely have to separate myself. Any fan base of a popular anime,